So Art Briles' case was dismissed this week. He's completely innocent. He did nothing wrong, right? No, no, not even close. We've got to look deeper into this. There have been at least 24 very, very serious allegations, 50 plus overall allegations that are still being sifted through. And here is one of them. Now, what we've got here is a case of a player, domestic violence, who was right, who was wrong, Dolores Lozano, who's been fighting this case in multiple cases with the law revolving around Baylor for years. And it said that Art Briles, the Baylor football coach at the time, and Ian McCaw were two guys that were not, was no negligence here, that these guys are good to go. Art Briles' attorney coming out and saying that, this is wild, coming out and saying he is innocent entirely and did nothing wrong. Now, that's a big step. Art Briles is paying his attorney to say that. But with this, what I think we all need to wrap our head around, this doesn't mean that Art Briles is overall innocent or overall did nothing wrong. Legally, he's innocent in this case with Dolores Lozano. Briles said here's one thing I want to bring up to make it a little more Big 12 holistic. Briles said a majority of team disciplinary issues were handled within the department. That's not good. Adding the former strength and conditioning coordinator, Kaz Kazadi, would handle most of the minor issues by assigning players extra weight or running. What a weird thing to hear. Like, hey, coach, there are some things, some sexual assault, some domestic violence, some bad stuff brought up in your program. And somewhere along this conversation, it's brought up that Kaz Kazadi would punish players for, even minor stuff. I don't know exactly what the details of that are. Doesn't sound great, right? The current TCU coach, Kaz Kazadi. Weird. And that's what brings me to, from Jeff Lebby to Art Briles, to Kendall Briles, to Kaz Kazadi, there were so many people who were involved in this in the worst way. Art Briles was, hear me out in full. He was the fall guy, a guilty fall guy. He fell, deservedly so, but other people should have followed with him. There should have been repercussions, legitimate, serious repercussions for Kendall Briles, for Jeff Lebby, for Kaz Kazadi. There should be some kind of career, I don't know if stain's the right word, but a vetting process of, look at these guys who are in the thick of this. You think that they knew nothing? I don't think that Art Briles had a direct grasp, a direct pulse guiding players through processes of assault and domestic violence. But it's obvious there were assistant coaches who were in the weeds, who were in the trenches with this kind of stuff, who were trying to bury things. That's obvious. I mean, this isn't a string of dozens of women who are just altogether lying. And there have been cases that have proven true, both with the football program and on campus. And this, it just goes to show Baylor as an institution was terribly negligent. That, you know what? There were probably some cases of assault where Art Briles followed the rules that Baylor had lined out for him that were terrible, an abomination, abhorrent, asinine, that Baylor did not have the correct rules and regulations in place for Art Briles to bring those forward. Does that change the fact that Art Briles should have done further, that Art Briles should have gone to authorities, that Art Briles should have brought these things up to powers outside of Baylor to get men who had done horrific things arrested, off the team, thrown in jail? This isn't extra weights, extra running, extra punishment with Kaz Kazadi. This is jail time. Should that have happened no matter the university standard? Yes. Baylor failed. Top down, from Ken Starr, the president, to Ian McCaw, who's the AD at Liberty right now, to Art Briles, who is the head football coach who failed women across campus, women everywhere, to Kendall Briles, to Kaz Kazadi, two guys who are on staff at TCU, to Jeff Lebby, who's on staff at Oklahoma. This goes a lot deeper than Art. It goes to those that are still in this conference, that are still coaching on the sidelines, who never really had to answer for what they did, who never really had to have people dig into their lives and see what they did. That Art Briles could just be the, hey, look, we'll give you settlement money. You'll be the guy that takes the fall for this. Makes me think, would Art Briles have taken all that money, had taken all of what the Baylor Regents gave him in this, if it wasn't his son and his son-in-law involved? If he didn't know that he was going to get $15 million just to be, oh, it was me, I did, all right, sweet. Hey, here's you kind of get to, we get to take you down. Art Briles did this, we fire him. All the people you love get to stay clean. can understand why he did that, But talk about guys like I mentioned, those assistants that didn't ever have to answer for this. Briles isn't innocent over the course of 50 cases. He didn't do what those women deserved. He didn't treat those women as they deserved to be treated. He did not. What he did was gross. Yeah. It demeaned women. It overlooked women who were worse than hurt. Their lives were forever altered, if not ruined. And he just kind of let it happen. That's not good. And he's feeling the repercussions of that. Why aren't others? Something to chew on today. Okay. Thanks for making it first listen every single day. I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow, okay? I'll be here. This has been and always will be Locked On. Thanks for making it your first listen every single day. Doce Grande.